No, that's the way to the Inca temple, darling.
Are we lost? Oh, no.
This world touring would be a lot easier with a map.
What was that?
Rapu, at your service.
Oh my, a tiger.
Bengal tiger, to be precise, madam. You fellows seem to be, shall we say, lost. And it just so happens that I have a world map. Perhaps you will allow me the honor of guiding you to my favorite place to uncover the magic and mystery of our wondrous planet, the firework dragons of China. The tiniest rainforest creatures in the mighty sumo wrestlers of Japan.
Oh, that stuff sounds really, really fun.
Oh, it sure does, honey.
Here is my beautiful world map.
Wow!
Just pick a country to visit, and away we go! Russia, ready or not, here we come! Russia! Look out! The Gigglebone Gang's arrived!
Choose me to meet a very special falcon. We're off! Great! Hang on, please. We're just getting ready. Hold tight. We're gonna meet a real live falcon.
Sasha is a soldier. He works at the Kremlin. He guards all the cannons, and he helps the tourists. Sasha has a falcon, a pretty bird named Tushka. She lives there in Red Square. Every day she goes out, and then Tushka flies so high through the city every day, past the market to the park, flying where the children play. When she soars down the street, past the church's golden domes, there's the Kremlin, there is Sasha. That's how Tushka knows she's home. Sasha is a soldier. He works at the Kremlin. He guards all the...
Enough photos for now? Okay.
What an incredible bird! How shall we follow that? Can you choose? Hold on to your hats. We're off and away! Are you sitting comfortably? Then, when it's all ready, we'll begin. Not so very long ago, in Russia, there lived a hideous witch with a bad cough and a serious sleep disorder. Her name was Baba Yaga.
That's me, and I'm bad to the bone. You just try.
She also had a cat named Sergei, who never spoke to anyone, which seemed to be why the witch tolerated him. One cold day, a young servant girl made her way up the path to the cottage. Her name was Olga. Lost and hungry, she stopped to pet the cat who sat beside the sleeping witch.
Oh, you're such a sweet kitty,
whispered the girl, reaching to scratch him in just that place that spurs a cat's lifelong devotion. I'm yours, thought the cat, though he didn't dare say it aloud. Suddenly, the witch's evil crow swooped down from his perch and pecked Baba Yaga on the head.
Ouch! What? My, who have we here?
Please, ma'am, I was wondering if you have anything to eat?
Eat, you say? Not to worry, right, Puss? Old Baba will fix you something.
Baba Yaga tore off a hunk of bread and handed it to the girl.
Here, my little pet, eat up.
Sergei tried to open his mouth. He wanted to yell, "No, don't eat that bread!" But alas, his lips stayed sealed, as Olga eagerly pushed the bread into her mouth and ate it all up. In an instant, she turned into a small sparrow and was locked in a bird cage by the witch.
Why did you do that?
Erupted the cat, as if the words came from a volcano. The witch was dumbfounded indeed.
Why? What else would I do with a little girl?
Let her go! Unfortunately, there was only one way the witch's spell could be broken.
Only the key of St. George opens that door, and I haven't got it. It was stolen last year by the Emperor of China. Take my magic eyeball if you want. He'll help you find your way.
But just as Baba Yaga went to fetch the eyeball, she was stricken by sleep. And no amount of shaking would wake her. Maybe you can help Sergei find Baba Yaga's magic eyeball. I know he would be grateful. Cat! Cat! Get cat! Cat! Nope! Nope! Never saw that ball! Nope! Nope! Not one eye at all!
Ow! Hey, watch that landing.
The eyeball had seen the entire episode and was eager to help Sergei get to China.
Hot too, bub. Time's a-wasting.
Okay, which way?
That way.
Sergei had a funny feeling this was not quite right, but the eyeball persisted, and eyeballs can be very persistent.
Hey, you calling my vision into question? I've seen south, bub, and this is south. We'll be in China before you can say chop liver.
But the further they walked, the colder it got. And just as the cat began to doubt the eyeball's intentions, it screamed out,
Stop! We're here!
Here? Where?
Mountain Troll! Mountain Troll! Hey, I'm back!
Out of a cave on the mountainside crawled a blind, filthy troll with a bloody hole where one of his eyes belonged. As Sergei put two and two together, the eyeball leaped into the empty socket. Oh, I can see again. I can see. The troll danced a celebratory jig as Sergei exploded.
This is not China!
No, it's Norway. Sorry, bub. My eyeball lied. They have a tendency to do that. Taking pity on the feline, the mountain troll offered to send Sergei to China using his magic powers if the cat would help him with one small thing. I lost my pot of gold, and I need it back, but me and my eyeball gotta get reacquainted. So how about you find my gold, and I'll send you anywhere you want to go. Sergei is still so angry he could barely see. Do you think you could help him find the pot of gold for the mountain troll?
Checking. Nope. Not a single ounce. Not anywhere. Oh, gold.
Sergei was picking up the scattered gold pieces when the sky grew dark and a remarkably deformed foot appeared next to the pot. Just what do you think you're doing with my gold? Nobody steals from me, said the mountain troll. But before Sergei could say a thing, the mountain troll picked him up by the tail and swung him round and round. This is what happens to a flea-bitten gold snatcher like you, said the mountain troll. Letting go of the cat's tail, Sergei was thrown so high in the sky. Bye-bye! He entered the stratosphere and spent 30 long seconds breathless, watching the world turn rapidly beneath him. Eventually, he did fall. Of course, Sergei, being a cat, landed unhurt on all 4 feet on the soft earth of China, half a world away. Sauntering up to the unicorn, Sergei asked for help.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
But the horned horse acted as if he'd heard nothing. So Sergei tried the other animals and encountered the same degree of deafness.
What is going on here?
Unbeknownst to our friend, the Emperor's garden maintained a stringent animal hierarchy. Those higher up on the list, such as unicorns, refused to listen to those below, and cats were listed at the bottom of the barrel, lumped together with the mosquitoes. Finding the key of St. George would be nearly impossible if no one is willing to listen. Perhaps they might talk to you. Sergei needs your help, but whatever you do, don't let him go near the unicorn's prized carp pond.
Brother, did you see that cat actually try to talk to me? Wasn't that the sickest thing you ever saw?
Oh, hello. I suppose I can talk to you. I believe I did see the Emperor with a key. Perhaps if you could shed a little more light on the subject.
There is a key in this garden that's called the key of St. George, and many a cat has lost its way before those open doors.
Keys, 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 you may look as you please, please, please.
I have no interest in keys. Please go.
What about this key? Will it do?
Sergei pawed around inside the lantern until he felt something cold and metallic and pulled out an ornate gold key. The unicorn cleared her throat pointedly. Would somebody please inform this cat that he is in grave danger? All of China is beset by famine, and once he leaves these gates he will not be safe. Heeding her warning, Sergei tucked the key under his arm and slunk homeward through a 1,000-mile maze of back alleys and shadowy places until at last he reached Baba Yaga's cottage. On tippy paw, he slipped by the sleeping witch and silently unlocked the birdcage.
Ah! Ah!
Warned the crow, waking the witch once more. But it was too late. Olga and the other sparrows flew from the cage and were immediately transformed back into young girls. "Oh, you're a darling!" sang the grateful girl, as she kissed Sergei between his ears. Then she turned on the witch with a new-found venom.
As for you, you decrepit bag of bones,
the girls flew at the witch, each grabbing some part of her slovenly body, and shoved her into the birdcage. Locking the door, Olga handed the key to the crow and said,
"Take this to the deepest part of the ocean and dump it,"
which the crow did forthwith. Now the girls turned to Sergei and all but smothered him with attention.
"Does he like minced tuna? I want to serve him next."
Olga and the others, aware that life at the cottage was much nicer than their poverty-stricken village, decided to stay forever. And as the fortunate feline reveled in his new-found comforts, he once again became a rather closed-mouthed sort of mouser, breaking his silence only occasionally for a long, loud purr. That cat! Where now, my friend?
Oh, bless you, darling. You chose me. Oh, I'm very touched. Darling, you just sit tight while I get my things together for this. I hope you packed for all kinds of weather, Dumpling, 'cause Russia's home to some of the chilliest facts in the whole wide world. So bundle up warm and get ready to play Velma's Fact or Fib. Now you got to start somewhere with a country this big, right? So pick one of these 6 pictures and we'll be off. But don't forget, a few of these facts are really fibs in Facts Clothing, so keep an eye out. Hey, did you know that many of Russia's older buildings are topped with giant onion domes? And that they're really made out of enormous onions that have been carefully preserved? So what do you think, honey? Is that a fact or a fib? Oh, you got me. Nice work. Even though they're sometimes called onion domes and they have a similar shape, they're not actually made of onions. Now, the most famous of these buildings is St. Basil's Cathedral. Oh, my goodness, look at those domes. Oh, my. Fact is, it's so big it actually contains 9 separate churches. Come on now, pick a fact, Pumpkin, and we'll get going. Now, Moscow, being the capital of Russia and a major center for cultural activity, has a lot of schools that teach young Russians many things, including a school for clowns. Now, what do you think, darling? Is old Velma telling a fib, or is that an actual fact? You're darn tootin' they do. Fact. Learning how to clown around is serious business. Oh, yes. Children spend years taking classes in acrobatics, juggling, gymnastics, and balancing. Why, it takes most students years of practice balancing on a wire just 2 feet off the ground before they're allowed to get up on that high wire. Come on now, pick a fact, Pumpkin, and we'll get going. Nicholas II, Tsar of Russia, loved eggs so much, he hired one of the most famous egg chefs in all of Russia, Mr. Carl Fabergé. He specialized in poodleized pamplemousse eggs, Salvadorian sideways sandwiched eggs, and the Tsar's all-time favorite, crunchy curly curried eggs. Okay, hun, am I factin' or fibbin'? Oh, I gave you the slip that time. Sorry about that, Pumpkin. Fabergé eggs are the beautiful jewel-encrusted creations of Carl Fabergé, and they're for gazing at, not for eating. The decorative eggs always had a secret surprise to them. This one had a teeny tiny mechanical bird that could pop out of the top, flap its wings, and tweet a little song. Click on any one. Now, the Russians have had a space program for many years and were actually the first people to send a rocket into outer space with the passenger. But did you know that passenger was a dog? How you gonna call it, dog? Is that a fact or a fib? Well, how about that? You are absolutely right. A dog was the first creature in space. Her name was Laika, and she was launched into space on November 3rd, 1957. Now, Laika was specially trained for her mission, and Russian scientists padded the spacecraft to make it nice and comfy. And not only that, a special machine automatically fed her meals several times a day. Pick a fact, and we'll get going. This frozen paradise is known as Murmansk, and it's way, way, way the heck up north. Fact, things stay frozen in Murmansk pretty much all year. But believe it or not, there is a group of people up there who celebrate New Year's Day by going for a swim in the Barents Sea. Now, what's your verdict? Does that sound like a fact or a fib? My goodness, you got that just right. This group really does swim in the Barents Sea at New Year's. Fact, it's so cold, these guys have to chip away the ice before they can get in. Calling themselves the Murmansk Winter Swimmers, they claim exercising in the winter air unlocks the secrets of good health. Well, good luck. Click on any one and we'll get moving. Did you know that Russia is the largest country in the world? It is so big that it covers 11 time zones. Now that means when it's 9 o'clock in the morning in Moscow in the west, why it is 7 o'clock at night 6,000 miles away in Kamchatka on the east coast. Now how about that, darling? Am I factin' or fibbing? Oh my, you know your Russian geography. Yes, indeed, it is true. Russia is a vast country. From metropolitan Moscow to camel herders far off in Karakum, it's over 6,000 miles wide. Russia is so very huge, in fact, that its surface could cover over 1/2 of the moon. Go on and pick a fact. Oh my, those fids can wrap you up like a big old Russian bear hug. But how's about us tracking down Rapu and the others? Okay?
Velma excels herself once more, don't you think? But whatever shall we do now?
Aw, don't be scared. I'm right behind you. Hey, wait a sec. We'll be playing in no time. Whoa! Hey, we're in Russia, and we get to make a music box with ballet dancers from a show called The Nutcracker. Click on my belly for the dancers and everything you need to make a super-duper music box. Hey! Wanna snow on the music box? Go ahead. Make a... these are decorations for, decorating stuff. Go on, yeah. Hey, whoa! A Harlequin doll. Oh, he's a kind of clown, you know. Yeah. Let's put him on the music box. Cool. Now bring a key to the keyhole in the music box to make the dancer dance. Yep. Well, let's go find the others, okay? Okay. We'll be back soon. Yep.
That Nutcracker has to be the best ballet. How can we beat that?
Good choice, buddy. Mix and match is just coming up, champ. Hold tight. Hey, Skipper. Today's the big mix and match Russian egg hunt. Just press go and we're ready to start. Go! Okay, egg spotters, I've laid an egg for you in the box, and you drag it to where it's hidden in the picture. Here's another. One more egg. Nicely done. How about this one? Do these come from multicolored chickens? Next. How about this one? Here's another. Well done, champ. Well done. Hungry for more eggs? Let's play again. If you click on the kid, you can toughen up your egg hunt. And click the stopwatch to play Beat the Clock. Press go to go. Thanks a bunch, champ. See you soon.